So picture yourself as Aya Wilson, the current MVP, a basketball beast, and the face of the WNBA for years. You've worked hard, dominated the game, and earned a place at the top, but all of a sudden Nike starts throwing the red carpet for Caitlin Clark, the new kid with a killer three-point shot and a fan base that treats her like basketball royalty. This is where it gets juicy. Nike has started releasing merchandise featuring Caitlin Clark that is selling out more quickly than concert tickets. Simple black t-shirts are flying off the shelves in a matter of minutes, while A's gear is gathering dust like that treadmill you promised to use after New Year's. Oh, she's not holding back. She's calling it like she sees it. The drama is intense, with fans picking sides more quickly than a game of dodgeball. Some claim Caitlin is the relatable mark of the future, while others argue that Aya has earned that spot and deserves more love from Nike. In any case, this isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about money, fame, and who has the star power to sell out arenas and sneakers. However, let's be honest, this rivalry isn't awful for the WNBA. In fact, it's making people speak, tweet, and watch like never before. Wilson is the best player in the league. Well, she has come out and she has made some more comments, and it is like, these players just don't want these new fans, even though the new fans are the ones that drive the revenue, plain and simple. Whether you're on Team Aya or Team Caitlin, one thing is certain. The drama is hotter than a mid-season buzzer beater. So what's the deal? Is Caitlin Clark truly the future of women's basketball? Is AA right to feel ignored? We're dissecting every play, quote, and petty Instagram comment. Before we get into the fun part, grab some popcorn because this is going to be good. Just like this, hit the like button to ensure you don't miss anything. We've covered every angle. Subscribe so that we can dive right in. Nike recently raised the ante on Caitlin Clark's signature shoes, unique apparel, and marketing efforts to the point where even LeBron James might raise an eyebrow. The outcome of sellouts everywhere. A black t-shirt bearing Clark's name vanished more quickly than free pizza at a college party, and that's saying something. Meanwhile, Wilson's equipment is gathering more dust than a treadmill in January. Fans couldn't help but notice the striking contrast, and the discussion erupted. Clark's fan following has also purchased her branded basketballs, Infinity Tour golf shoes, posters, and pretty much everything with her name on it in addition to shirts. Social media is overflowing with individuals flaunting their newly acquired merchandise, and one fan apparently waited out overnight to obtain a Clark jersey. Clark's momentum has been leveraged by Nike's marketing engine, and the results speak for themselves. In reaction, she's not really giving Caitlin a fruit basket, let's just say that. Wilson has expressed her dissatisfaction, and some of her supporters disagree, arguing that her steady excellence merits the same attention as everyone else on the Caitlin move over AA. Clark hype train blaring. The town has a new sheriff. The WNBA, which has long struggled to garner mainstream attention, has experienced a seismic shift as a result of Clark's quick rise to fame. Her electric play style and undeniable star power are drawing in new viewers, and Nike is making sure to capitalize on that momentum. This change is about starting a movement rather than just selling goods. Clark's play reaches beyond basketball. Her merchandise sells out not because it's trending but because fans feel like they're purchasing a piece of history, appealing to a younger audience that is eager for inspiration and representation. While Aya's irritation is evident and the division among supporters only serves to fuel the fire, Nike is seizing the moment and the ripple effect is clear. In addition to redefining what it means to be a young star in the WNBA, Clark's ascent has been meteoric, drawing fans who were unaware that the league even existed. Whether she's hitting logo 3 yes, threading flawless assists, or igniting her teammates with pure energy, her secret sauce is that she's a showstopper. Clark's appeal goes beyond the court as well. She's accessible, entertaining, and interacts with people on a personal level. Social media adores her, brands adore her, and Nike, they're putting a lot of money on her to represent women's basketball, but it goes beyond her amazing numbers. It's about her ability to inspire, whether she's cracking jokes in interviews or sharing glimpses of her training on Instagram. Her fan base is growing faster than any three-point record she set, and her ability to interact with younger fans has created a ripple effect that draws attention to the WNBA from previously untapped demographics. High school players look up to her as proof that women's basketball has serious star power, while casual sports fans tune in just to see what all the hype. One viral video of her hitting a ridiculous buzzer beater caused Twitter to explode with hashtags like #ClarkEffect and #NextGenStar. This is exactly what companies like Nike look for in an athlete who can create buzz not just during the season but all year long. Her appeal makes her more than just an athlete. Fans see her as a movement, and her impact isn't limited to merchandise sales. Though those numbers are astounding, she's also increasing TV ratings and driving attendance at WNBA games. The jersey sales numbers, we didn't actually see the actual numbers, but we saw the top jersey sales in the WNBA this season. And Asia, despite being a third-time MVP, her jersey sales were 5th in the league, even after Kate Martin, who barely saw the court the second half of the season. Tickets are sold each time she's on the court. Fans are sharing their experiences on social media, and entire arenas are filled with people singing her name. It's more than just hype. People's perceptions of women's sports have changed. Even while it makes others feel excluded, Clark's presence is bringing fresh energy, new eyes, and new money to the WNBA, which is a revolution in and of itself. She's not just changing the game, she's redefining it. Wilson is more than just a normal player. She is a 3-time MVP, the foundation of her club, and a pillar of the WNBA. Her resume is unquestionably full of awards, titles, and standout performances that solidify her status as one of the best. But here's the worst part. When a player's success on the court doesn't always convert into marketability, it can lead to frustration. Wilson has carried the brand's WNBA campaigns for years, so Nike's decision to concentrate on Clark feels like a slap in the face. It's like training for a marathon, crossing the finish line first, and then learning that someone else is winning the medal because their cheering section was louder. Talk about harsh. Wilson's on-court accomplishments speak for themselves, but she feels marginalized by the excitement surrounding Clark, and she isn't keeping quiet about it. Wilson's supporters are rallying around her, pointing out that she's more than just a fantastic player. She's a leader, a role model, and a trailblazer for women's sports. They contend that Nike's change is short-sighted, concentrating on short-term sales rather than fostering long-term loyalty because Wilson's influence goes beyond the stat sheet. She's been an ambassador for the game, breaking barriers and paving the way for future stars. But regardless of how you look at it, and Clark's merchandise sales are soaring. Aya's dissatisfaction extends beyond Nike, though, since Clark's ascent signifies a long-term change in the way athletes are regarded in the contemporary era. Oh, let her game speak for itself, believing that her supremacy on the court would be sufficient to keep her in the public eye. But in the modern world, athletes must be social media influencers and cultural superstars in addition to having talent. That's where Clark has the advantage, and Wilson finds herself having to catch up. To make matters worse, Wilson has always been a model professional who has never sought attention, preferring to put her head down and work. Now, she's watching as someone else's hype machine overshadows her legacy, and let's be honest, that must hurt. It's not just about losing sales. To make matters worse, it's about feeling undervalued for years of diligence and hard work. The media's emphasis on Clark has amplified the idea that Wilson's time at the top might be ending, which is untrue. But in sports, perception is crucial. Wilson's career is still in its early stages, but she's being made to defend her status in a way that no 3-time MVP should have to. This isn't just about Nike, it's about defending her legacy for Nike. It's not about favoritism, it's about money. At the end of the day, the stats don't lie, and Clark's numbers are skyrocketing. But this is where things get complicated. Clark's name sells her jerseys, shoes, and merchandise like they've got wings. Wilson's not so much. While that would hurt for a career, Nike is a business, not a charity. Wilson is too good, too respected, and too significant to the league for Nike to simply fire her. Aya is a cornerstone of the WNBA that Nike cannot afford to lose. Instead, they are treading carefully in an attempt to boost Clark without completely alienating Wilson. It's like trying to have your cake and eat it too, and let's be honest, Nike is under a lot of pressure to get this back. Nike deserves praise for their balancing act. Good luck! Wilson is still a big presence in Nike's marketing, and the company continues to support her with campaigns that showcase her accomplishments, but there is a clear change in emphasis. Wilson finds it difficult to accept that Clark is the face of Nike's future. Imagine being at the top of your game and then feeling like you're being asked to share the throne or putting worse things aside. Let's not forget that Nike's choice is about more than just product. It's about establishing themselves as a company that understands what customers want. Clark's appeal cuts across generations, and her story appeals to younger people. She is approachable, exciting, and represents the sport's future. Nike understands that they must stay ahead of the curve, and Clark's crossover appeal has the ability to elevate the WNBA. It's unprecedented, and they're willing to put a lot of money into that vision, even if it means making difficult choices along the way. Here's the thing, though, this isn't just about sales. Nike is attempting to capture the zeitgeist, the energy of a younger more. They saw Clark as a lightning rod for attention, someone who can attract new followers and maintain their interest in Nike. It's about creating a movement rather than just a moment. And while Aya's legacy is safe, Clark's ascent offers a chance they simply must seize. With this turmoil, social media is having a field day. Some followers are yelling, "Ah, deserves better." Others are occupied with updating Nike's vision for Clark's next merchandise release. Clark's t-shirts sell out in minutes, according to a popular tweet. Wilson's never sells out. This feud is only one example of the drama that the internet thrives on, but not everyone finds it funny. Supporters of Wilson's diet believe that this is blatantly insulting and contend that the greatest player in a league should be promoted. They're flooding comment sections and using hashtags like #JusticeForAja to make their voices heard, while Clark supporters are clapping back, saying that marketability is a part of the game and, let's face it, Clark is absolutely crushing that side of things. It's a heated debate about how women's sports are marketed. Should brands prioritize raw talent or lean into marketability and star power? Ideally, both factors would align perfectly, but as this situation demonstrates, finding that balance is far easier said than done. It's not just about who can capture the public's attention. At the moment, Clark has the upper hand. The long-term effects of Nike's choice are also being discussed by supporters. Will Clark's ascent to stardom overwhelm other worthy players, or will it uplift Clark's followers throughout the league? ARG that the WNBA is receiving much-needed attention thanks to her star power, conversely, opening the door for other players to gain. Wilson's camp is that the league may become overly preoccupied with the next big thing, ignoring veterans who laid the groundwork for today's success for the time being. Although Clark is the center of attention, the WNBA is feeling the ripple effects of her ascension, from more attendance at games to increased social media participation. It's obvious that Clark's presence is appending everything, whether your team is Caitlyn or Aw. There's no denying that this argument won't end anytime soon, and to be honest, that might not be all that horrible. The more people discuss the WNBA, the better for all parties involved. This isn't just about two players, it's about the development of women's basketball as a whole. For decades, the WNBA has struggled to gain recognition in a sports world dominated by male leagues.